Now, the easiest way that I have found to change a headlamp is to actually leave the bike on the side stand and then turn the handlebars so that I can actually stick my arm in between the upper cowling and the handlebar to get at the dust cover of the bulb that I'm changing. You'll feel the little ridge, and in the middle of it is the plug. All you need to do is just grip a hold of it and pull it straight back. There are only two prongs. It comes off really easily. Then what you do is feel for this ridge. It provides a really good place that you can grip a hold of to pull the dust cover off and get that out of the way. We won't need that till the end, so just set it aside. When you feel back in here, there's actually a little wire that goes over the bulb itself to hold it in place. It's got a small U-shaped clip on the end, and what you're going to need to do is push on that and kind of push it towards the front of the bike, lift it upward just a little bit, and then pull it back toward you to get it to snap free. It does take a little bit of maneuvering, but eventually you'll be loose so that you can swing it out of the way. After it's out of the way, just reach in and grab the little adapter that's got the two prongs sticking out of it. You're not grabbing the bulb, so don't worry about that. Hold on to just the adapter as you pull it out. When this black adapter is the most important thing, so it is a little tight to pull the bulb out of it, and then I always check to make sure the bulb is good or bad. This one's bad, I'm going to throw it away. But the adapter is the most important piece because that's what you're going to be putting the new bulb into. Now, it is a halogen bulb, so be careful not to touch the glass itself. Just hold on to the base as you're putting it back into the adapter. And I always find it easier that it slides in, so there we go. And then all you do is just slide it back into the gap between the handlebar and the cowling, back to the hole that it just came out of. I have to wrap myself around the front of the bike so I can actually see in through the reflector, mostly to see if this little clip is in the way, which it is, get that move, but also to align the bulb. There is a notch on the housing that will make it go in correctly, so it will be oriented top to bottom versus diagonal or side to side. And then once you get it back in place and solid, you just swing the wire back and over it. And again, it's a little finicky to get that stupid little clip over the hook, but it is kind of towards the front of the bike, down and then back toward you, kind of like it's a little tiny hook. The dust cover is going to be the next thing back on there. What I have found works for me is to actually line the hole up in the middle of the dust cover with the two prongs from the adapter. And otherwise it doesn't quite align just correctly. So there's the hole, and then I feel for the two prongs and kind of line it up over the top of them, and then just push it straight back towards the reflector housing, and that will get that ridge lined up off the housing and on the reflector, and then just kind of push it onto place. You will feel when it's set in there, and I just go around it once more just to make sure that it is on there nice and solid. Now, the next thing that I do is just simply grab the plug. It is hanging correctly because it's just kind of stuck in the same position. So just feel for the two plugs off of the prongs off the adapter, and then line up the plug itself using your fingers and touch, and just give it a good solid push so where it goes onto the adapter tightly versus just kind of hanging off of there. Once everything's tightened in place, I always check to make sure that the bulb is plugged in correctly, that I didn't break it somewhere along the line, that the plug hasn't fallen out. And on the Ninja, you need to actually fire the bike up in order to get the headlight on. So here we go. Voila! Just like that, easy peasy.